as the minister will bear me witness. How many have heard of Reconstruction? You ever heard of Reconstruction, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Happy to hear it. During Reconstruction, right? This is when the Ku Klux Klan came to birth. Right?
Right.
And the people that the Klan would target were the professionals, the would-be leaders. Right?
Yes, sir.
The people of influence, the people of wealth, anyone who would be effective at organizing the former slaves,
Right.
anyone who would be effective at serve as an influence among the former slaves, the Ku Klux Klan would target them.
Right.
And their campaign of terrorism was among them. More so than just the average black may have wandered into the wrong side of town, you know.
Right.
But the whole thing was to keep the Negro in his place. So we develop survival tactics. We do it collectively or we do it as individuals. Like when we coming up, right? If you know, there's a dangerous block. You're not supposed to walk down that block.
Right.
Right.
Right? Especially you got your little crew of friends, you're a teenager, 15, 16 years old. You remember what that was like?
Yes, sir.
And we was, no, you don't walk down that block because this crew of brothers is down, or we wouldn't say the word brother, but you know,
Right.
these crew of brothers, they over here, and you know, they some bad brothers. We don't want to walk down that block, so you develop survival mechanisms.
Right.
You develop alternate routes. You don't want to go this way. You don't want to, you know. So we developed that under the constant campaign of terrorism of the Ku Klux Klan during Reconstruction and during the Jim Crow South.
Right.
So ignorance and the culture of ignorance became a way of avoiding being targeted by the Klan.
All right.
You see, you had to play ignorant
Right.
so that the Klan wouldn't target you. You see, and this generation after generation after generation becomes a badge of authentic blackness. And this is why among our peer groups when I was in school, right? And it was true even among Puerto Ricans, right?
Yes, sir.
When I was in school, we would do things that would, I was like an exceptional student. I was bright and I was in sub-honors classes and things, and you know, teachers would comment on how erudite I was when I was a child, but I would do things to get myself in trouble so that I would fit in with the bad kids.
Right.
So people wouldn't think I was a sellout,
Right.
that I was down, right? Not knowing years later, through the study of history,
Right.
that this is where that mentality comes from,
Right.
right? From the Klan and their campaign of terrorism against the former slaves in the South. Then the posture of the gangster
Right.
and the admiration for this figure, right, came from the sense of rebellion. See, he was amoral, but he was rebellious. And there's an old poem. It was Staggo Lee was this character in the late 19th century, and they wrote this poem, Bad Man. I wish I had the poem on me, but you can look it up yourself. Bad Staggo Lee, bad man, bad, you know, baddest man that ran the town, and he was bad, and we admired him because he was bad, right? He wasn't taking nothing from them crackers, you know, them kind of things. You see what I'm saying? And it's important to know where these things come from.
Right. Yes, sir.
It is very important.
So that when you see, you know, the little brothers, you know, walking down the street, that has a root somewhere,
That's right.
Yes, sir.
right? So it's getting brothers to see that, no, this is not who you really are.
Right.
That it's not cool to be ignorant.
Right.
Come on.
Right? It's not cool to sell poison to your people. It's not cool to disrespect your women. That's not cool.
Right.
And anyone who's under the influence of this mentality is not qualified for self-rule.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Because as the minister said, when the messenger's not present,
Come on.
now it's on us.
Right.
See, the messenger, when he was here, he gave us direct guidance.
That's right.
You go here, you go there. Instructions came down the chain of command. We were all trained to step, move. Because that's how we were trained. But now that the messenger's not here,
Come on.
now what?
Right.
Right.
We have to do it now.
That's right.
Come on. Teach.
Now it's on us to develop a government for self,
That's right.
to develop an infrastructure, buildings, hospitals, all of these things for self.
Come on.
And we need qualified people
Come on. Teach.
to lead us out of this Stockholm syndrome thing that we got going on
Yes,
when
sir.
we want to live in the 1960s and bring back the nation the way it was when the messenger was present. That's not happening.
No, it's not.
I'm going to be real brief. I want to show you something that just teach.